Hey, it's you. Hola. Buenos dias. I am officially 1 week in Chile. Really has exceeded my every expectation. It's been a different trip so far. I have a really good friend from back home who moved here for a few months to work on a winery and then met a girl and fell in love, and now I'm staying at their house with their two dogs. I'm very blessed to be here. It was the first time I've ever arrived at an airport and not had to immediately try to figure out the local transportation system. They were just there, they picked me up, and they brought me back to their house. So I really am feeling very blessed. 1 week in Chile, and I'm stoked. Later this week, I will be on my way to Patagonia. I will be there for about 2 weeks. So stoked. I just thought maybe I'd talk about some things that I've noticed about Chile. Number one, the biggest thing I've noticed is that lunch is the move here. Breakfast will be small. Breakfast is not so big of a deal here. There's no breakfast places. There's lunch places and there's dinner places, but there's no... It actually is my birthday in 2 days. Probably it will have already passed by the time I've posted this. But that was weird. What was I saying? Oh yeah, lunch. Lunch is the big move here. You have a small breakfast, and then you have a big lunch. Like a big lunch. And you have wine. You always have wine. Or maybe that's just my friends. But in the middle of the day, you have like a multiple course big meal. And it's usually around like 3 to 5 in the afternoon. And then dinner is like a snack. It's like a snack around 9 or 10 p.m. I like it. I like not going to bed with a super full stomach. That's been cool. Also, it is the middle of summer here, and everything delicious is in season. I had the most delicious avocado of my entire life yesterday. Sorry if you hear the cars driving by. I'm in a hammock. I've been spending a lot of time in this hammock. Avocados are truly nature's mayonnaise. So rich and so creamy. I've just been eating avocado and tomato salad, all the fresh fruits in the world. I had my first cactus fruit ever, which was delish. But the mangoes, the pineapples, the oranges, the apples, the plums, everything is so ripe and fresh and in season. And it is so, I'm eating so well here. And not to be TMI, at home, I have something we call IBS-C. Not the IBS that makes you immediately. The IBS that makes you not for days. Here, very regular, and I appreciate that. Everybody has dogs here, and the dog life is different. My friends have 2 dogs. They have one dog, she's a little weenie dog. Her name is Maraqueta. Rate my pronunciation. She's named after bread, a type of bread. She's a little weenie dog, and she only stays on the property. She doesn't leave the property. It's a huge property, mind you, but she doesn't leave the property. And then they have a big dog, who's a beautiful ginger boy. His name is Merakin, and he is a free-range dog. He gets breakfast and dinner when he's here, but he's not always here. His dog family lives in the area, so sometimes he leaves, and he spends a few nights with them, and that's just normal. But sometimes he's here, and he's got a dog bed, and he's got a collar, and sometimes he'll sleep in their house. And if he's not sleeping in their house, he's sleeping with his family, and that's fine, and nobody's worried about it. For the most part, everybody has multiple dogs. And there are also tons of wild dogs. Wild street dogs. And it is hard for me because I love them all so much. I actually met a cat the other day. A tiny, little, sleepy baby. She's a black cat, and her name is Sock. Singular. And I love her. And we had a nap together, and I would have done everything and anything to have brought her home with me. But alas, she had a family of sorts. But I would have brought Sock home, and she would have loved Canada, I bet. Family is quite different here. The family relations are strong. People often live with their parents for a very long time. There's Mariquita. Mariquita? Can you see her? Did you see her? It was my one friend that I'm staying with, who is from here. It was her birthday yesterday? 2 days ago, perhaps? And it's a big thing. Like, all of her family came. Like, 20 family members. They had a huge, huge celebration. Maybe it's just my family, but I feel like back home that's not how it works. I'll celebrate with my family, but then my birthday party will be my friends. My birthday party is not all of my aunts and uncles and cousins. Obviously, there's tons of cultural differences, and most of them are to be expected. Obviously, the grocery stores are different. Obviously, nobody speaks English. Though, I've been practicing my Spanish. Chilean Spanish is hard. The accent is difficult for me. And there's a very Chilean thing to say sipo. Po. You add po on the end. I don't know what it means, but apparently it's only Chileans that say it. Si? Obviously, yes. They'll say sipo. I don't know what that means. Gracia? Gracias? They don't say the S. Gracia. I'm learning. Every day, I've been going with my friends and hanging out with their friends. And their friends don't speak any English. So, I've been forced very quickly to try to catch on to Spanish. It turns out Duolingo does not teach you anything. I can say some basic things. I can understand some things. Understanding is the hardest part for me. Reading is not really a problem for me. The accent is hard. I can convey things I need to convey, but I'm not having a running dialogue with anyone. I'm not saying anything of any substance, but I am trying. Something else, can't flush toilet paper. Apparently nowhere in the country you can flush toilet paper. I've just been spending a lot of time so far in this very hammock reading. What am I reading, do you ask? A Court of Thorns and Roses. I didn't get it. There was perhaps even a time that I dogged on it, but I understand now. I understand. I'm on book 2. I sat in this hammock for around 4 hours yesterday and finished the first book. I get it now. I think I was not as open to it because everybody just says it's kind of fairy smut. But, is it fairy smut? Yes. But as a fantasy lover, the world building and the lore is actually very cool. Can I say, perhaps an unpopular take, Riesland? Riesland? However you say it. I need him. Anyways, it's been very lax for me so far. I don't have a lot of content to share with you. I am just hanging out with my friends, and I'm catching up with my friends, and I'm exploring their local community. We went swimming in a beautiful river. I went to a wild horse sanctuary of sorts. I've been to many beautiful magical garden lunches. I'm just enjoying my friends, and I am enjoying really immediately being immersed in the true heart of this country by being lucky enough to have a friend that is Chilean, and being lucky enough that she's and her family are letting me be a part of their world for this bit of time. But I will soon be in Patagonia, and I will soon be cursing myself for doing the treacherous hikes that I have assigned myself to do, and I reckon those will be some beautiful and interesting videos. But I just wanted to check in. And also there's a rooster. I don't know if you heard him, but he is cawing at all times and nonstop. That's mostly my update. It's really hot here. During the day, it's really hot. But I'm in this little nook that the sun never really gets into, and it's cold. We are at the top of a valley. There's a cold breeze. It comes off the ocean. The ocean here is freezing because the waters come up from Antarctica. In Chile, you're at the end of the world, babes. The water is freezing, and it doesn't really warm up. It is literally coming up from Antarctica. So that's something I didn't expect. I thought it'd be warm. It's just the afternoon that's scalding hot, and then the mornings and the evenings are cool, and the water is freezing. So that's my update. Thanks for checking in with me. I missed talking to this reflection of myself on the screen. Subscribe if it moves ya. I hope to have some very interesting content coming soon, and I will see you in the next one.